and welcome to the Q&A that no one really asked for. I am Danielle Edwards. I'm writing this book under the pen name of A.A.G. Cipriani. The name of the novel is Demons of Brooklyn. Now, this is a no-sleep style story where Mr. Tony Cipriani is both the main character and the author, and like every no-sleep protagonist, he is a normal person who stumbles upon an abnormal and horrifying situation. This story was originally posted under the title of I Accidentally Joined the Mafia in South Brooklyn, which is a pretty succinct little summary of what happens to our friend Tony. Now, Tony Cipriani is an ex-con who has just gotten out of prison after a 15-year term. He's being reintroduced into society now that he has finished his supervised parole. He's been living with his sister on the Upper East Side. His sister is the one who has bankrolled this new apartment for him. He's moved down to South Brooklyn, to a neighborhood called Gravesend, the home of Coney Island. So he's down here, and he begins meeting new people. He makes new friends. He finds a little part-time job doing security at the local bodega for a girl named Becca Lee. She is the adopted daughter of the man who owns the hardware store directly beside his apartment building. His name is Rocco Rossi. There's also a restaurant across the street owned by a man named Jimmy Chiellini, also known as Mino, short for Giacomino. Tony settles into the neighborhood. He meets this cast of characters without ever realizing that these people are a little bit more than what they seem. Things are darker than what he knows. There's a pretty blonde that he watches every day come to the restaurant and eat. He's very interested in her, but he's never had the nerve to speak to her. Well, one day he goes out to start a job search to try to find some work of his own so he can stop living off of his sister's money. And he finally has a chance to speak to the blonde, the mysterious blonde, only for his entire life to fall apart. He's made all this effort to go clean after he's left prison, only to stumble headlong into a life of crime once again, completely not by choice. Now, I don't want to get too deep into the plot because I don't want to spoil everything for you. But I think that Demons of Brooklyn is a very unique story to me because I've never seen a mafia crime drama mixed with a supernatural horror before. We have, for instance, Anthony Zabrowski, who spends most of his time during the story dead and a ghost following around our main character. We have a real blood-sucking lawyer amongst the cast, an actual demon, and things are just things are a little different than you would find in your typical mafia story, but I think that makes it, like I said, unique. And I think if people would give it a chance, they would really enjoy it. Which brings me back to my other point. This is hopefully soon there is going to be a narration of my story, of my novel, really, by this point. It's kind of made it past the story point, in length anyway. But I'm going to be posting the narration of my story soon, so I'm asking everyone who chooses to listen to it to please offer me a little bit of grace. This is the first time that I've tried to record my own work. I'm not the best at editing. I'm not the best at video making. I'm definitely not Creeps McPasta. There are people within the creepypasta community that I really look up to and I really admire, but I am nowhere near their caliber. So I'm just asking anybody who does listen to me to please look over any mistakes that you might hear. I'm trying my best, and hopefully if you do enjoy what I produce, even past my mistakes, then I ask that you like the video and subscribe to my channel and listen for more chapters to come out. So far I have the art worked up for the first 6 chapters, and I have the first chapter done. If I can ever get it to upload correctly. I'm having a problem with my YouTube. So we are going to we're going to keep trying, and hopefully if this uploads, then one of my chapters one of my versions of my new chapter, first chapter, will finally make it up as well. But I want to thank you for listening, and please, if anyone is interested in this story, then, give me a chance and listen to my narration, and have a good evening.